It is truly a unique experience, one of the last great adventures in our modern life. It's challenging, rewarding, and flat-out fun. Learning to fly will unlock endless new possibilities and give you unparalleled freedom to see the world. After earning your certificate, you'll be able to take local flights on nice days, to soar above familiar locations and find new and interesting places. You can even make a career out of it, working as a professional pilot. There are numerous jobs in aviation besides just airline pilot. Career opportunities include business aviation, flight instructing, cargo airlines, military flying, law enforcement, and many more. For others, flying is a convenient and cost-effective method of personal or business travel. You can set your own schedule, use airports that airlines don't serve, and leave the hassles of security lines behind. Whether you want to fly for a living or just for fun, one of the best investments you can make as a student pilot is a good personal study program like Sporty's Learn to Fly course. This award-winning system, trusted by tens of thousands of pilots every year, allows you to create your own training plan and learn at your own pace. It includes unique tracks for private, sport, and recreational pilot training, allowing you to pick the path that works best for you. You can save a significant amount of time and money during your pilot training by preparing for each lesson ahead of time. Most importantly, you'll be a safer, more well-rounded pilot after you earn your certificate. Over 15 hours of HD video and animations explain everything you need to know to earn your private pilot certificate and feel confident in the left seat. Combine that with powerful test prep tools, a comprehensive document library, mobile apps, and smart TV options, and you have aviation's most complete training course. After launching the course, proceed right to the video training section to get started. You can do this online, in the pilot training app for iOS or Android, or on one of the smart TV apps. We recommend watching all the videos in order from start to finish. Each video includes a review of key takeaways in the section notes, a full written transcript, and related content from FAA handbooks for additional study. Most video segments also include a review quiz at the end to test your knowledge after the lesson. After completing several of the video training chapters, and when you begin to feel comfortable with the training content, head over to the test prep section of the course to begin studying questions and preparing for the FAA knowledge test. At this stage, we recommend using the study mode and selecting a few categories of questions to study based on video training topics that you've completed. Treat each question as a unique learning experience by studying the explanation and diving deeper into the linked reference material for additional study. It's also a good idea to mark questions that you don't completely understand to review later with your flight instructor. After studying each category group at least once, you can begin taking simulated practice tests. You can take as many practice tests as you'd like, and your top 2 scores will always be shown in the progress tracker. Refer to the Quick Start Guide in the Course Resources section for additional test prep study techniques. As you progress through flight training at the airport, you'll want to reference the Flight Maneuvers Guide to prepare for the upcoming tasks in each lesson. Each maneuver includes a narrated animation with step-by-step instructions on how to fly the maneuver, accompanied by a written description to reinforce the procedure. We also suggest using the video search function to find and review the video segments related to each of your upcoming flight lessons. You'll find additional study resources in the FAA Handbooks section and a complete digital copy of the Federal Aviation Regulations, or FARs. Finally, you'll want to use the training tools in the Check Ride Prep section of the course towards the end of your training as as you prepare for the oral and flight test with an FAA examiner. Your host for this course is Rob Ryder, aviation's best-known air show announcer, an instrument-rated pilot, and airplane owner. Now is a great time to advance to the next video lesson in the course, which explores the weather variables to look for when heading out on your first flight.
Before ever leaving the ground, each pilot must make an important decision, whether to fly or not, commonly referred to as the go, no-go decision. And even though you're a student pilot, the operative word is pilot. And you, along with your instructor, should make this decision each lesson based on several factors. Among these factors is weather. And with that in mind, let's talk about when you should fly.
Any time of the year can be a great time to fly, and each of the 4 seasons has its own advantages and disadvantages for you as a pilot. Summer's warm weather is great and typically offers many flyable days, but summer storms are not to be trifled with and are always a reason to delay a lesson if they are near. Visibility is a factor you need to consider in making your go, no-go decision. Since you will be training under Visual Flight Rules, abbreviated VFR, 3 miles is considered the lowest practical visibility. However, your training should be conducted in conditions better than that. Winter offers the clearest air of the 4 seasons, and since cold air is more dense than warm air, aircraft performance is at its peak. Wind conditions are something else that will affect your training. In the early stages of your flight training, brisk winds may be a good reason for postponing a lesson. You'll learn very little if all you're doing is battling the wind. Winds not aligned with the only available runway can also present a real challenge to new students. Ideally, you always want to take off and land into the wind, but this isn't always possible, and you'll learn to negotiate crosswinds with ease later in your training. Cloud cover is also a consideration. Again, Visual Flight Rules specify a minimum ceiling height of 1,000 feet above the ground, but that's a minimum, and you definitely want it to be higher than that. A ceiling is the lowest cloud layer that covers most of the sky. If it's solid, it's called overcast. A broken ceiling is simply an overcast with a few holes in it. For now, you'll be working with your flight instructor to examine the weather conditions and determine if a flight lesson is appropriate or not. We'll cover weather and the many sources of obtaining weather information in much more depth in later volumes. Flight training is a year-round process, which is good, because after you get your certificate, you'll be flying year-round, so there are advantages to training in each of the different seasons.
Whether to fly at night or day, on the other hand, is as clear as, well, night and day.
As you begin your training, you'll want to fly only during the day. The horizon and other outside references you'll need must be clearly visible as you learn the fundamentals of aircraft control. Later on, you'll take night training if you're progressing toward your private pilot's certificate. You'll find that everything you learned under the sun applies to how you fly at night.
But no matter when you fly, the fundamentals of flight are the same. This volume concerns itself with introducing you to the aircraft, its systems and controls, basic aerodynamics, pre-flight, engine start, taxi, and basic communications. We'll also explain the 4 basic maneuvers upon which the rest of your flight training will be built: climbs, descents, straight and level, and turns.